till we actually see that Twitch is doing its thing. Before I... There we go. Okay, let's start up some Planescape, please. There we go. Not touching anything. I'm going to let all this stuff go through. So Beamdog is actually the company that kind of rebuilt this game to run on modern computers. I forget when this was published. Alright. What in the world? That's a cranium rat. Got some skulls taking a peek at us. Somebody on fire? Ooh. Oh, shit. Hey, Tealport. So, I'm going to talk about what I know about this world and game, which is very little. I know it takes place in Sigil. I know that this is the Lady of Pain, or at least this is the representation of her. I know that mental stats are vastly more important than physical stats. New light. Dude, this music, though. Oh, I like it a lot. Alright, so I've heard that wisdom is very important, so we're going to get that up to like an 18. And then also that intelligence is also very important. Give me a moment then, and I will change that up. Hey, how about you capture my cursor? Thank you. Alright, can you see it? Alright, looks like you can see it. Alright, cool. Also, the charisma is going to be important. So we are the nameless one. Alright, so I'm thinking we're going to go... Oh, we don't get to choose a class, huh? Well, okay.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
Who are you? Although it says he's Mort. Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I don't know, I can't remember. I asked you first, Skull. How about I don't know, I can't remember. Well, he's shaking up and down, which probably means he's laughing. You can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors, and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in? Where? What is this place? This looks like maybe some dustmen or something? I don't know. So, I should explain. Sigil is a city in between planes, essentially, and there are a lot of different factions, and the Dustmen are a faction that I don't really know exactly what they believe, but death is a big part of it. I know very little about Planescape, just what I've read and asked friends. Let's see. It's called the Mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. Well, I already really like you. The mortuary? What, am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty, though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back, what do they say? Looks like you come with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see, it starts with... I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal. That'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farad can fill you in on the rest of the chant if he's not in the dead book already. The Dustmen believe everyone is on their way for the true death, unlike our current fake existence. Aha! Thank you, Tailport. Farad, does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit... This is a lot of stuff on our back. Yeah, there's a bit more, Mort pauses. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you, read the journal, and find Farad. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for what journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one was there one with me when I was lying here? Jesus Christ, lying here? No, you were stripped of the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you've got enough of a journal penned on your body. What about Farad? Do you know him? Nobody I know. Then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burke's gotta know where to find Farad. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. The chances are, one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Dustmen. Zombies. Yeah, the mortuary keepers are dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. Is there some other way? I don't want to kill them just for the key. So I should attack one of these corpses and loot it for the key. Yeah, I don't really want to kill anybody, even though they're dead. What? You think it's going to hurt their feelings? They're dead. But if you want a bright side to this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before their keepers raise them up to work again. Well, all right. I'll take one of them down to get the key. Before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Note, search the shelves in the room for a weapon to attack the zombies with. When you find one, go to the inventory screen, the backpack button in the lower right, and arm yourself. If you wish to examine any items you find, right-click on them in the inventory screen. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing, those corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like getting kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. To run, either toggle run on the options screen or hold down the shift key and left click on the area you want to run to. If you are in danger of dying, use running to keep your distance from the zombies while you recover. Alright, thanks for the advice. Let's see. Combat log. Explain additional combat details panel. Quickly gather any dropped items near the selected character. Formation. Select the party formation. Yep. Abort current action. Stop current action. Or select... select every character in the party. Quick loot. How to play. Combat log. Information. Oh, no, that's formations. Abort current action. Select all characters. Pause and pause. Select weapon. Swap the weapon. What was that? Swap the weapon the selected character is using. Weapons are added to this menu via the inventory page. Note, most enemies can be attacked by selecting them in the game world. This menu is only needed for changing weapons or attacking neutral NPCs. Select spell, cast one of the character's available spells. Use a quick item. Items are added to this menu via the inventory page. This is very much Baldur's Gate. Or very similar to Baldur's Gate, I should say. If the character has any special abilities, access them here. Starting dialogue, initiate conversation with a party member. Ah. Let's see here. Options menu, priest scroll. Review quest objectives, journal entries, and bestiary updates, or entries. Access character information, reform the party, or level up the selected character. Oh, okay, there it is. And let's see, open dialog window. Like view on character. Toggle party AI. If active, party members use basic combat behavior. Turn off for full combat control. Actually, wait a minute. Toggle AI. Okay. Show hit points, inventory, map screen, mage spellbook, rest. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have having to mouse over these again to kind of get the lay of the land. You know what I'm saying? So I'm noticing that there isn't anything that allows you. It is a modified version of the Infinity Engine, also used by Baldur's Gate. Ah, yes. There's party options, pre-scroll, journal entries, statistics screen, how to play, quick loot. Ah, okay. So is the thing where you hold down? Whoops. Where you hold down? No. Okay, that's fine.
I'm gone.
Oops. Take the bandages, absolutely. Door is locked, you will need a key. Take the scalpel. Mm-hmm. Mort's got something to say. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go get those corpses. And don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Mort. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Me? I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. That is some BS. When I attack this corpse, you better be right there with me, or you'll be the next thing that I plunge the scalpel in. That seems a little harsh. But I'm going to say it anyway. Alright, I'll help you. If you wish Mort to help you attack, simply make sure that both of you are selected when you attack the corpse. Mort will join in the attack. I'm glad we understand each other. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death, then. Although, you can attack by selecting a weapon from the quick menu. Pressing the A key also toggles the attack cursor. Let's go. Alright, well, let's open up that inventory. Give ourselves a scalpel. Oh, man, the sounds, though. It reminds me so much about...
Don't want to part with that.
Fighter? I'm not a fighter. What? Since when am I a fighter? What? I'm not a fighter. No, sir.
I'd rather hold on to it, thanks.
Oh, be able to change my class? Alright, cool. We already popped this, yeah? Okay. The shambling corpse looks like it has been dead for several years. The skin along its forehead is peeled back, revealing its chalk-white skull. Someone has chiseled the number 569 into the exposed bone. When you find someone able to... gotcha. I'm looking for a key. Do you happen to have one? Examine the corpse, see if it's carrying a key. It was great talking to you. Farewell. Leave the corpse in peace. This corpse doesn't appear to be carrying a key, and it doesn't look like it would be able to use one if it did. Its fingers are broken, as if someone smashed them with a hammer. You do happen to notice that its left shoulder is heavily bandaged. The bandages might be usable if the corpse was disposed of first. In case you don't have it, if you don't happen to know which of your other corpse friends has the key out of this place. Chief, they can't hear you, alright? They're dead. But you're dead, and you're talking to me. Yeah, but I'm special. Death couldn't kill my zest for life. These corpses here, Mort rolls his eyes, they probably didn't have much personality to begin with. Alright then. I see. Look, Chief, watching you trying to swap the chant with these corpses isn't doing much for my morale. Let's leave the corpse talking for the barmies, alright? Alright, let's go. So, what is it, A?
Damn it.
I'll take those bandages. So now, do we have... I seem to recall something about there, like, being some form of health regeneration. Maybe not. Bloody cloth covers the remains of this corpse. The stench rising from the body is almost unbearable. Somebody turned it inside out. The machine and the head of the table peeled the skin. Oh my god, that's gross. Slab covered with dried blood and other remains. Super grody. So of course, see if it carries a key. The corpse is carrying nothing, but you happen to notice its hands are heavily bandaged. Bandages might be useful if the corpse was disposed of first. Leave the corpse in peace. Hey, you. Examine the corpse. This corpse stops and stares blankly at you as you approach. The number 782 is carved into his forehead, and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. Examine the corpse for the key. This corpse looks like the one with the key. It is holding it tightly in its left hand, its thumb and forefinger locked around it in a death grip. It looks like you'll need to hack the corpse's hand off to free the key. Oh, Jesus.
Did you see that?
Let's see. The main character will regenerate his health. The other party members are less fortunate. Aha! Okay. The head of this bronze key has been twisted around itself several times, so that it resembles a screw. If Mort is to be believed, it unlocks one of the doors in the preparation room. Note, when using keys in Torment, you only need to have them in your inventory to unlock the door. In some cases, the key will vanish after it is used. This is done when the key is no longer needed, and frees up your inventory slots for other, more important items. I have to say, that is one thing that some friends have told me, some friends that have played this game. They have mentioned that there are a lot of items that I will probably want to hang on to. This door is locked. You will need the key. But I have a key. I have a key. Why do you torture me so? What about down here? Is there anything down here? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is? Nothing. Poop. What about this? Nothing. Okay. Oh, God. Completely gutted. Grody. Oop. What do? Psst. Some advice, Chief? I'd keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary. Especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are these caretakers? The corpses here, where did they all come from? Why do you care about the female corpses? Alright, I'll try. Yeah, why do you care about the female corpses? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be... Oh, God. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys. No lopping their limbs off. Things like that. Last chance. Are you... What? Oh, God, no. Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? Eh? No, I don't actually. You can't be serious. Chief, we already got an opening line in these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wow, this is just special. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth, as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Who are these caretakers again? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an addled bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die, sooner better than later. I'm confused why these Dustmen care if I escape. Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's gotta die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? The corpses I've seen, where did they all come from? Before you said something about... Okay, we've already asked about that. Where did all the corpses come from? Hey, MK, what's up, lady? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Enlighten me, who are these caretakers? Oh, we already asked about that. That's the The Dustmen. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death. So I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you got questions, ask me, alright? To speak to a party member, select the talk option from the quick menu, then left click on the party member you wish to speak to. Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. 2nd, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, well, I am, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. Oh, shit. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, it couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things, like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Oh yeah, Mort is great. Well, I mean, we also woke up with basically like a novel's worth of text carved into our back. To access your journal, select the journal button on the quick menu. Your journal will automatically be updated throughout the game. Alright, I got it. Let's go.
Updated my journal.
There it is. Find Farad. Find your missing journal.
All right.
So I'm taking these are the female corpses. Bloodstains, rust, and other remains that cover the surface of this metal slab. Larger than... alright. So the platform allows that to be rotated. Okay, so these are all the same. Let me just... Okay, Mort, please don't, though. So let me work it. Left side of this woman's face looks as if it was carved with... or caved in with a club, and her flesh sags in bruised, swollen clumps over her ruined skull. The number 626 has been stitched into the corpse's right cheek, just below the eye. And that's the wound you got there. It was great talking to you. Farewell. I'm just waiting for Mort to say something else. The corpse continues to stare at you with its one good eye. Farewell, then. Psst. You see the way she was looking at me? Huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? What are you talking about? You mean that blank-eyed beyond the grave stare? Are you actually a chief, or is this guy just calling you chief as a moniker like he's from Charlestown or something? Oh, no. He's just calling me chief. We're not a chief. So, MK, right now all we know is that we were dead, and we've woken up in a mortuary. And this skull floated over and was like, hey, you died. That sucks. But we can make the best of it by macking on dead ladies and then also getting out of here. What? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless, the way she wanted me. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me to pay attention to some stupid bumping head with a big mouth. I don't know about that. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably didn't even register on her senses. I think you and your imagination need some time away from each other. Whatever, Mort, let's go. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They may be too subtle for you to pick up on, but that's why I'll be spending my nights with some luscious recently dead chit, while you're standing around going, huh? What's going on? Where's my memories? Whatever, Mort, let's go. I really like Mort so far.
All right.
I think Mort might be my favorite person that we've run into. Okay, it doesn't appear that there's anything over here. Aside from some... Well, wait a minute. What if one of you guys has my journal? Oh, is that the one? That is the one I just talked to. God damn it. No, we're not asking if they're doing anything later. No, sir. It's not going to happen. Pause the turn, stagger towards you. Or towards the next corner. It has a 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As you approach, it halts and stares at... What? Looks like someone forgot to tell this sod to stop walking the rules of threes. What do you mean? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some task and they forgot to tell him. Who gives them commands? He says something about the rules of three. What does that even mean? Either one of the caretakers here, or else whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Probably one of the caretakers here. They're the ones who need the cheap labor, after all. I see. What was that you said before about the rule of three?
Updated my journal.
Ooh. Eh? Well, the rule of threes is one of those laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of three parts, or there's always three choices, and so on and so forth. You don't sound like you hold much faith in it. It's a load of wash, if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. I see, before you said something about this corpse task, forgot gives these corpses the thing. Understood, I want to examine this corpse more. No, we're not asking you what you're doing later. I'm sorry. You are a body. A dead body. Nothing in there. Hello? Carrying a roll of bandages in its arms. Trying to take the bandages from the zombie. Yeah, I mean, asking... Well, wait a minute. Corpse continues to stare at you. Try to take the bandages from the zombie. You shake your hand out. Or you snake your hand out and take the roll of bandages from the corpse's hand. The corpse doesn't even seem to notice. It continues going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. And the corpse again. I'm not gonna... Well... Of course the zombie just continues to stare. It's not like it's gonna respond. What? Where's my inventory? No. What is? Sigma Room Logbook. This huge logbook lists mortuary procedures in a tight, crabbed script. All shells entering the mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and logged with the scribe on duty before being embalmed or cremated. The records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms. Contact the scribe on duty and notify him that a contracted shell is to be raised. Oh, I'm guessing contracted like you contracted with the dustmen and to allow them to use your body for labor. Be certain that a shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip the shell. The faction is not responsible for any possessions lost or items stolen by collectors who have brought the shells to the mortuary. The shell's possessions are to be stored in the receiving room until an initiate can be sent to claim them. Please catalog all possessions in the logbook. Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As you flip through the rest of the book, however, you notice the last page has been cut out. Well, balls. Copper Commons. Fist Iron. Oh, money. Fist Iron. Speed 1, weight 1, proficiency fists, not usable by mages. This crude iron bar is designed to slip over the fists, with the thick portion resting on the palm and the iron ring facing outward over the knuckles. While wearing these fist irons, a single punch can shatter someone's jaw. Many weapons in Torment do similar amounts of damage, but the type of damage each weapon does varies. Some creatures are more vulnerable to certain types of damage than others. If your current weapon isn't doing much damage against the creature, chances are it is resistant to it. So like skeletons with slashing or poking damage. No good. Switch off your weapons to see which ones work best. Okay, let us see. How much does this do? 1 to 3. And this does 2 to 4. Alright, I think it's Fist Iron. Well, actually, why don't we just have both? We'll use fisticuffs for now. Not that we really need it, because right now we're just, looting corpses. Not sure I want to talk to whoever that is. Let's see, the number 1201 has been inked into the forehead of this corpse, and the ink has run down its eyes, cheeks, and jaw. As you follow the ink tears down the corpse's face, you notice it has run into the stitching, sealing the corpse's lips, and has caught on what looks like the corner of a note stuck in the corpse's mouth. Try to pull the note out. The note has mingled with the ichor in the zombie's mouth. If you tried to pull the paper out through the cross stitches, it would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get at it looks like it will destroy the note. You'll need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before removing the note. Use a scalpel to cut through the stitches. Ooh! Ooh! We got experience! You deftly slice through the stitches, sealing the corpse's mouth. And the jaw sags open. You carefully pull the note from the corpse's mouth. Despite the condition of the paper, the writing on it still appears legible. To read notes, books, or scrolls, place them in your inventory, then right-click on them to bring up their information on the panel. Examine the corpse again. That's about it. I think we're good there. Note from corpse whatever. This is a foul-smelling note retrieved from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It looks like it was sewn into the corpse's mouth by accident. Despite its condition, the writing is legible. Please to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you. I know of my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I am prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you are reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. What? It looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. It looks like the directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. If you are ever capable of examining an object further, or performing an action on the object outside of the world screen, the Use button will appear for the object on this Examine screen. This button allows you to manipulate the item through the dialog screen. If you wish to examine the diagram on this note further, select the Use button. It's foul-smelling note. Strange diagram. It looks as if it's instructing you to fold the corners of the note so their points touch the center. There is a series of strange marks on each corner. 1 mark on the upper right, 2 marks on the lower right, 3 marks on the lower left, no marks on the upper left. What? So wait, it would go, if I'm going if I'm going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or with 0, 1, 2, 3, it would be upper left, upper right, lower left, upper left, upper right, shit. Lower right, lower left. Wait. Upper right, lower left, upper right, lower right. I said upper left? No, lower left. Upper left? Shit. Could be 3210. So lower left, lower right. Okay. Lower left, lower right. Upper right. Lower left. Fuck! Do upper right, lower left, upper left, lower right. Damn it! What did the notes say? Indeed, what did the notes say? The obligation. I have arranged for this note to be left in my body on my death. If you are reading this, then please use the note, or this note as instructed, and accept the result in exchange for my contract. It looks like the corpse is true. Beneath it is a My contract number serve as a key. So wait, 1201. One mark in the upper right. 2 marks in the lower right. Zero on the upper left. Right? It was 0 on the upper left? Yeah. Wait. Fold the upper right back into the center. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. You watch for a moment and the corners of the paper rise up, turning the note into a small 4-sided paper pyramid. Open the sides of the pyramid. You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Take the triangle earring. What? Retrieve the small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you how strange the world you've woken up in is. Some items are magical, but require that they be identified before they can be used. If you cannot determine what an item is at first glance, then you may need to take it to someone with a higher lore skill than you or your party members. Can't identify. Okay, so very similar to the BG, also known as Baldur's Gate. Now, I'm going to talk to you. Smell of formaldehyde emanating from the corpse is particularly strong. It smells like it was applied recently, and with good reason. This corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. Her jaw is missing, and some of the flesh has slid off her skull, revealing the number 1072 chiseled into the bone. Yeah.
Done.
Hey, woo, don't get all feisty with me, you. Don't you get all feisty. Smack you. Alright, who else? Who have we not talked to here? No? How about you? Female corpse is making the rounds from slab to slab in the room. Her hair is knotted into a long braid and looped around her neck like a noose. Someone has stenciled the number 1096 into her forehead, and her lips have been stitched closed. Corpse does not respond. You don't even know you're there. Okay. I don't know who this person is, but I don't want to talk to them. Scaly seal shut. There's no lock. Okay. How about you? This walking corpse has the number 1094 carved into its forehead. Its mouth has been sewn tightly shut, and the chemical reek of fresh formaldehyde hangs an overpowering cloud around it. Despite the pallid, sunken features and lifeless, milky eyes, it is clear this was once a handsome young man. Okay. Had to ask. This corpse has been completely wrapped in bandages like a mummy. That is a giant pit. Okay. Okay. You know what? Hang on a second. How does one quick save? Seems like he's in no hurry to stop you. Why not have a chat? Indeed, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Options. Save game. You save. Save. Wait, let's see. Does Q... Oh! Q is a quick save. Wonderful. Okay. Who is you? Doll. The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak to this scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusties should be the last thing. Before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the Before Mort can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill, but I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? I? There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question. And the wrong question. As always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am Doll. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Doll?
Updated my journal.
Ah. Very well, what do you wish to know? What is this place? You were in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before you can finish, Doll breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself, and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those about to depart the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left the shadow of life and walk the path of to true death. Doll's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Shadow of life, true death, dustmen, sigil? What? Yes, a shadow. You see, restless one, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die, and here we remain, trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Doll coughs, then gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anybody want that? Can you tell me more about the mortuary? I see I had other questions. Is it worse than remaining in this shadow of what life once was? I think not. We already asked about the true death. We know about the dustman. Sigil. Sigil is our fair city, restless one. Tell me more about the mortuary. I have some other questions. Can you tell me how I got here? Or how to get out of here, rather. The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than dustmen pass. Doll breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. I see. I had some other questions. How did I get here? Doll snorts in contempt, as if he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, restless one. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. Arrived here on a cart?
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Doll breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your Seneschal Farad was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot for you at the mortuary gate. Who is Farad?